Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at the Battlefield 6 trailer for the first time. I've genuinely not seen this and avoided spoilers, so this will be a legitimate first impressions. I want to emphasize a couple of things from the start. One thing is that the trailer team at DICE absolutely kill the trailers every single time. They're absolutely phenomenal. 2042 also had a really cool trailer but ended up not quite being what we expected or what we hoped for, so do bear that in mind as we watch any trailers from the new Battlefield. I am very much recommending that, if there's an open beta, that you try it out there, you have a look at reviews. You need to make sure that you're putting your money to exactly what you're hoping for. So just always bear that in mind. I'm hoping that we get some legitimate gameplay in this trailer, but from what I've seen, I don't think there is. I think it is cinematic. I think it's a little bit of a concept so you can get the idea of the lore and things like that. This is, from what I understand, a bit more of a single player reveal rather than the multiplayer reveal. There will be a full multiplayer reveal event on July 31st, so likely we'll get more details and things like that at that event next week, so I'll be commenting on that a little bit when that comes out. I'm not sure if that's going to be like a full conference for a few days where they talk about things kind of like COD Next sort of thing or not, whether it will just be a trailer. This video probably won't cover absolutely every detail, but more I'm wanting to focus today on things that excite me as a Battlefield fan ahead of the more in-depth trailers and reveals and information a little bit further down the line. So with that being said, we will make a start. If you're enjoying the little commentary and breakdown of the trailer as we're watching along, let me know with a like. That's always helpful. And what do you guys think of the trailer? Let me know in the comments below. Just having a look at this, it's got 242,000 upvotes and 1.8 million views in 3 hours. So that's quite a good sign that the interest for Battlefield is still there amongst fans returning, hoping for something a bit more what they're used to. So with all that being said, I'm just going to hit play. I think I'll watch through it fully first, and I'll chat a little bit over the top and see what we get.
My fellow citizens.
So we've got presumably the president. So that's war in New York. Is that Brooklyn Bridge? I think. I mean, those animations looked amazing immediately. This kind of gives me
My fellow citizens.
Civil War vibes.
Today represents a dark day in our history.
Bit of room clearance.
With this
Some
monstrous
familiar looking
unprovoked
guns
attack,
here.
No country is safe from their reach.
Oh my!
For all
Is that a
those
helicopter?
serving on our behalf.
Yep, that was definitely a helicopter.
Prayers go with you.
Oh my god, look how low that helicopter's
Attacks are not
going.
mercenaries who are watching now. I have a message. It's over.
Please don't copyright strike me.
Let's get to work.
I mean, the tone immediately is amazing. Okay. Destruction, lots of destruction everywhere. Every second they can put destruction in, they're doing it. Massive vehicle fights, gritty trenches.
Dagger on my six.
Night vision's interesting, I don't think we ever had that before. And there's the theme tune, that's all you need. I don't think we got any of the theme tune in the 2042 trailer. Black Hawk Down situation. Wow. I mean, again, destruction everywhere you turn. Massive amphibious assault. That's cool. Brutal melee. Battlefield 1 nods maybe there. There's New York. There was New York. That's a train falling from it. Oh, I recognize him. I recognize that actor, actually, immediately. Okay. More destruction. That's from the tech demo. So that end bit. So there's the multiplayer reveal July 31st. So that looks like a nice little single player wishlist now. That's good to see. I want to talk about that building falling down. We'll go back to that. So this section, I'm pretty sure, before the release of Battlefield 5? Or was it before 2042? We saw a tech demo of bits of buildings falling down, and it's very much a building like that, a sort of square, in progress skyscraper coming down. So look at that. I mean, that, I'm going to turn the volume a little bit down here because we're going to be jumping around. I mean, that destruction in itself was phenomenal. A few bits I want to talk about from the beginning. Obviously, this very much reminds me of Civil War, the A24 movie, where you've got the president giving a little speech there. He's obviously got cuts and bruises on his hands, which is kind of interesting. Is this maybe an ex-operator? Is it someone that, maybe the president was attacked, who knows, by the PAX group? We've got, helicopters blowing up. Lots of little micro destruction elements in there as well. Love this close-up of these rifles. Now, I'm not going to try and embarrass myself by trying to name any of these rifles because probably I'll get it wrong. But one thing I wanted to look at here was the attachments. Fairly grounded. This looks like a torch, I think, or a laser sight. We've got a little top optic. We've got a little angled foregrip there as well. Very modular looking gun. I mean, the character models themselves look really nice. I like this sort of helmeting. I think this is British Army helmets. They're quite similar. You'll see some footage of British soldiers that have that sort of feathered hat. I don't know what it's called. But it looks really cool, kind of ghillie suit-esque. This looks like maybe you're going to be one of these squads. Maybe you'll do both sides. Don't know. I'm only speculating at this point. Because we seem to be from NATO's point of view. So I think it's NATO and the Pax Armada are the other group. So it'll be interesting if we see both. Nice little made in Germany there. That's cool. So before the helicopter destroys this, I want to try and get a shot just before the helicopter blows that up. But yeah, look at this. Tactical breaching. It reminds me a little bit of the Clear House mission in 2019's Modern Warfare. I wonder what this thing is on his back. Explosive charges, maybe? Or a defib kit? Can't tell. A lot of destruction. Every single scene, they're packing it with destruction, which is a good sign that they've been listening to the community. That, you know, the community's been saying for a while, we need destruction Battlefield. I mean, even cinematic rendered footage like this is very cool. Look at this helicopter. Look how low. So we've got the bridge is on fire. We've got the helicopter coming through. Another helicopter bit there. So maybe that was the scene outside. Oh, it looks like an Abrams down here. Combined Arms is very much in this. So this is the Pax Armada, I think. I presume they're going to be the bad guys because they're in black. But yeah, you see Combined Arms. That's a Chinook. Yeah, got a couple of Chinooks sitting here. Tank of some kind. It's not really high enough res for me to see what that is, but this is interesting as well. They did these sort of scenes in the 2042 trailer because of the 128 player thing. Now, I think it has been confirmed that there won't be 128 players in Battlefield 6. Interesting that it's called Battlefield 6. We haven't had that confirmed till today either. Where they showed mass armies to give you a sense of scale. But yeah, look at this. Combined Arms. These helicopters obviously dropping these guys off as they move in. It's interesting that he's saying it's over, when clearly packs there are in large numbers, as you can see. Is it over because we lost? Who knows? It's got a bit of weapon handling, suppressor, possibly again that laser. Got a hollow sight there. I'm not going to do too much of a breakdown of things. I just wanted to have a quick look through the trailer. You can watch other people if you want full breakdowns. I just like looking at this and talking about what gets me excited. F-16s get me excited immediately. I mean, got an F-16 with absolutely nothing on it. It's got 2 sidewinders, but nothing else. F-22 Raptor. Yeah, don't see them very often in video games anymore, really. So it's cool that you're getting that back. Bit of teamwork there, bit of squad play. So that looked like a Pax squad. So it looks like we've seen 2 squads there. I think we've seen a NATO squad and a Pax Armada squad, and I wonder if you're going to switch between the 2. That can work really well for FPS campaigns. Now, this is the opposite of the Pax Armada. This looks like NATO forces getting ready to jump out the back of a C-130 or something. Abrams. Absolutely everywhere. These are like pyramids, so possibly Egypt here. I mean, the explosive effects, the way that... I'm going to show that again. The way the explosions happen up at the top here, and the way the helicopter comes down and breaks apart and the bits that we're seeing there, that's really good destruction. Even if it's a cinematic, it's really cool to see the destruction really being hammered. And that's what you want from single player. Big, massive set pieces, a lot on the line. Sounds like there is going to be some sort of storyline here, you know, that's going to involve war, and you're going to be a soldier in a war, which is something that we've kind of had in the last few Battlefields, but what you find is that it's you, or it's you and 4 others, or it's you sneaking and doing stealth, which doesn't make a lot of sense. I've always wanted these campaigns to go back to Battlefield 3, where yes, you are a squad, but also there's a wider conflict going on, and you feel more of a part of it. Some great animations. I mean, we'd expect nothing less. Detailing on the hands there, you see veins and things like that. Really nice facial animations, nice beards. We love nice beards. And then this is interesting. So I don't think we've had proper NVGs in Battlefield before. Someone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I don't think we have. We did have a sort of nighttime mission in Battlefield 3 where you had a sniper rifle that had a flare sight on it, but it wasn't full nods. We see the squad leader here with his nods down, but these guys don't have them down yet, which is kind of interesting as well. And you're obviously in the back of that squad. That was a Sidewinder going off the rails, I think. So a big, massive... There's a dam. Would it be a Battlefield game without a ginormous dam to fight over in modern combat? Fire effect. This is nice. This whole section is lovely. The helicopter coming in here. Gun run. So it looks like we're going to get an action-packed campaign, certainly. But yeah, I do get the sense from the trailer that you might be on both sides, because we seem to be seeing different elements. That building into another building into the ground was very nice. This is also exciting. Let's go to that. Amphibious combat. Now, it doesn't look like we're seeing any boats here. It does look like it's all Amtraks. That's also an Amtrak, but it could be an LEV from that distance, I can't tell. But this is a massive assault on sort of an under construction area. There's the big tower that we see collapse at the end, which is pretty cool. Quad bikes, big terrain there. Brutal melee animations. Again, Battlefield 1 had a lot of this, and it was actually quite a fun little mini part of that game. I felt like I was using melee weapons in Battlefield 1 more than any other Battlefield at any other time. There was something inherently gritty and violent about that game. There's sometimes, you know, you'd hear the click of your gun and you go, well, I guess we're using melee weapons now. So it's nice to see big familiar cities, New York. You know, it's pretty cool to see a big urban environment like this. I wonder if we're going to be fighting in this environment, working across the bridges, getting into the big buildings. Right, this guy is familiar. I'm going to have to figure out why he's familiar. Yes, Tony Curran, that's who I think that looks like. It could very easily be him. Great movie, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, that he was in. He's been in a lot of things, but that's the thing I know him from quite probably. What I do like is there's only 2 moments of sort of hero shot. Again, it goes back to the soldiers in an army with something going on. This is an Abrams coming through a wall. Trains. Looks like we might be getting... Are there any wingsuits in that shot? The trailer guys, by the way, just do an amazing job. I don't know. It looks like they're all wearing parachutes, so we're not getting wingsuits, but maybe parachutes. This is possibly a BR. I think this is a single-player trailer, and there is some shots of streams coming off the back of people in other contexts, but for me this screams BR because of Call of Duty. It could just be a level in the single-player where you're that group that parachute off the Hercules, whatever it is. Come in, bit of jet combat there as well. Obviously, we've seen one team using nods, and we're seeing one team utilize flashlights to get through what looks like quite a dark hangar urban environment. Nice mix of weapons as well. We're seeing quite the variety in rifles, which I like. And again, we're back to that building that's just collapsing. I mean, cool. Cool that it's Battlefield 6 and not Battlefield some stupid name. I always prefer the numbering system. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff. So yeah, I think this is really exciting. I like being excited about a single-player experience as well. I love single-player shooter campaigns. They're some of the most fun you can have. I mean, Call of Duty, say what you like about the titles, but the campaigns have always been amazing. I need that gritty, brutal, you're actually in a war, there's an actual thing happening, there are stakes. It's not just you, it's you and a squad, you and an entire fire team, you and an army. Look at this. So I'm hoping for both sides situation here. I think I'd love to see a campaign that plays out, shows you how the war is going or whatever. So overall, quite optimistic about the single player content that we're seeing here. I will be more interested in seeing actual gameplay, in HUD gameplay, which hopefully we'll get from the multiplayer reveal next week. But overall, I enjoyed this trailer. I think there's some interesting things. There's hints of trenches and brutal warfare. We've got NVGs. We've got multi-vehicle combined arms. We've got destruction out the wazoo. We've got obviously an interesting campaign with the president giving a speech there. Again, more destruction, interesting set pieces. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see more of the game. I've enjoyed this so far. This video has gone on probably a bit longer than I intended to. So I'll probably have cut this down by the time you guys see it. But thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed yourself, give me a like. If there are things that I've mentioned that you're excited about, let me know in the comments below. And let me know what you're hoping for the most in the multiplayer reveal next week. Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe if you want to see more from me. I'll catch you guys in the next video.